Channel 7 at 6 with Stephanie Byrne, Viper 7 weather with meteorologist Jordan Patrick, and sports with Joel Sebastianelli. You're watching News Channel 7 at 6 with Stephanie Byrne, weather with meteorologist Emily Kay, and sports with Joel Sebastianelli.
And how about one last look at the weather?
Well, most of those storms have moved on out, and that's going to be pretty much the case for tomorrow morning as well. So if you plan on taking the boat out, it's a good day to do it. Make sure to watch out for this afternoon storms, however. Rain chances going up on Tuesday.
All right, sounds good. Thank you, Emily. Thank you, Joel. Be sure to join us tonight for News Channel 7 at 10. Until then, have a great night.
Coming up this evening on News Channel 7 at 5 and 6, an app said a police officer approached her and asked her what was under her shirt. Well, she responded saying it was twins, but that answer just wasn't good enough for the officer.
Bates realized she was being
up, widespread quarter-inch to a half-inch in some spots, but I do anticipate there to be a couple pockets of some heavier showers and thunderstorms than that here as we head into the afternoon.
All right, wow, sounds okay. Folks, we'll see you here tomorrow, same time. Have a great day.
Have students dry, but first,
a worsening red tide prompts the governor to declare a state of emergency at the state capitol on Jake Stofan, and I'll tell you why environmentalists say it doesn't go far enough.
And meanwhile, across the Panhandle, just a little while ago, as we take a live look currently across Panama City Beach out towards the Gulf, there was a water spout off the west end of Panama City Beach. This is what it looked like just a little while ago. We'll talk more about your forecast and whether it includes more rainfall. That's all coming up in just a few minutes.
have students dry, but first,
a worsening red tide prompts the governor to declare a state of emergency at the state capitol on Jake Stofan, and I'll tell you why environmentalists say it doesn't go far enough.
And meanwhile, across the Panhandle, just a little while ago, as we take a live look currently across Panama City Beach out towards the Gulf, there was a water spout off the west end of Panama City Beach. This is what it looked like just a little while ago. We'll talk more about your forecast and whether it includes more rainfall. That's all coming up in just
have students dry, but first,
a worsening red tide prompts the governor to declare a state of emergency at the state capitol on Jake Stofan, and I'll tell you why environmentalists say it doesn't go far enough.
And meanwhile, across the Panhandle, just a little while ago, as we take a live look currently across Panama City Beach out towards the Gulf, there was a water spout off the west end of Panama City Beach. This is what it looked like just a little while ago. We'll talk more about your forecast and whether it includes more rainfall. That's all coming up in just
Amendment 10 would give voters more control over their constitutional officers. At the state capitol, I'm Jake Stofan, where some of those constitutional officers gathered this morning to kick off their public awareness campaign.
And meanwhile, across the Panhandle, showers and thunderstorms rumbling, including back over into Panama City and Panama City Beach, where the showers and storms are moving off towards the west. Live Doppler radar indicating that. So if you're on the beaches, get ready to head inside. Showers and thunderstorms are rumbling on through. We'll talk more about the storms as well as a new tropical storm out across the Atlantic. We got four named storms and maybe a fifth on the way. Your forecast coming up in just a few minutes.
There are some dying showers over parts of the southern region, and you'd notice more storms firing offshore, but the rest of our area quiet after we saw that spotty activity earlier this afternoon. It's going to stay quiet throughout the night tonight, maybe just a stray shower for the next few hours or so. It's just going to be a warm and steamy night. Right now, temperatures are in the upper 80s to right around 90 degrees, but when you factor in the humidity, that's the insane part of the weather the past few days. Feeling like still 101 in Mariana, 97 degrees in Appalachia. Overnight tonight, again, the rain ends. It's just going to be a muggy night. Watch out for a little bit of patchy fog toward morning. We'll talk more about what's in store for the rest of the work week when I'm back in 15 minutes. But first, the news starts right now.
Southwest Florida has been experiencing toxic red algae blooms for nearly a year, and now outbreaks are being reported in the Panhandle as well. At the state capitol, I'm Jake Stofan, and I'll speak with oceanographers about what the latest development means.
Plus, one local county is growing concerned over dead fish washing up on the shore.
We go live with the latest.
And a town hall-style meeting is set to take place today, giving locals an opportunity to share their opinions on several downtown Panama City projects. We'll have the details straight ahead.
Live from WJHG, this is News Channel 7 at 5.
Good evening. evening, everyone. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Nisa Wilkins.
And I'm Ron Marasco. Welcome to News Channel 7 at 5. The worst outbreak of red tide has been plaguing the southwestern
this afternoon. The scattering of showers and thunderstorms right now kind of few and far between, but we are looking at a pretty intense one over near Highway 20 and Highway 71 there over into Calhoun County and back up towards Mariana. Some pretty big thunderstorms kind of rolling on through there. Briefly, we had a severe thunderstorm warning mainly up towards the Dothan area. Had a little bit of Jackson County in there. You see, it had a little wind damage report back up there not too far away from Dothan. Meanwhile, temperatures for most of us into the 80s and 90s. Feels like temperatures still up close to the triple digits if you haven't seen the showers and thunderstorms for the rest of this evening. These storms should die down pretty quickly after sunset. Otherwise, lows will drop into the 70s. We'll talk about if there's any heat relief on the way. That's in 10 minutes, but the news starts right now.
A fire destroys a Parker home this morning.
Find out what the fire chief believes caused it.
And red tide is scaring tourists away from our area. We speak with one couple on vacation coming up.
The state is expecting more than $200 million in additional revenue to spend in next year's budget. At the state capitol, I'm Jake Stofan, where some economic watchdogs are warning lawmakers not to get too optimistic just yet.
Live from WJHG, this is News Channel 7 at 5.
Good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining us. I'm Nisa Wilkins.
And I'm Ron Marasco. Welcome to News Channel 7 at 5. People all up and down the Panhandle coast have been seeing and feeling the effects of red.
West of Grayton Beach over near Blue Mountain Beach. Lighter rainfall remaining up into Jackson County. You had a severe thunderstorm earlier today. No reports of any severe weather across Jackson County, but as the storm passed up into Houston County, we did have some wind damage reports. High temperatures today did climb up to near 90 degrees before the showers and thunderstorms got going. Right now, most of us have cooled back down into the 70s and 80s. So for the rest of this evening, we'll see those temperatures continue to drop. It'll be very warm and humid with generally partly to mostly cloudy skies. We're going to see another round of storms tomorrow. We'll talk more about that in your complete forecast. That's in 10 minutes, but the news starts right now.
Big box stores Walmart and Target are back at it in their effort to sell liquor on their main store shelves. At the state capitol, I'm Jake Stofan. I'll have that story coming up.
Live from WJHG, this is News Channel 7 at 5.
Good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining us. I'm Nisa Wilkins.
And I'm Ron Marasco. Welcome to News Channel 7 at 5. Charges have been dropped in 119 cases that involved the local.
And for us today, it doesn't look like a floating, well, we could have a floating runway for us with the rain we had, but probably not the best thing to do here.
Yeah, if you missed the rain today, which a lot of us didn't, but if you did, consider yourselves lucky because it was pretty nasty. Right now, looking off toward the bay this evening, temperatures are in the 70s to near 80 degrees. Even had some small hail, looks like nickel or dime sized, up into Bascom, Jackson County. So right now, some storms still rumbling over the Choctawhatchee Bay, Choctaw Beach, back toward Niceville and Eglin, up into northern Walton County. Storms basically near Defuniak Springs, kind of hugging 331. Light to moderate rain continues for much of Bay County, northern Gulf, and Calhoun County, but the worst weather is long gone. We're going to see some storms return tomorrow afternoon, 2 or 3 o'clock, maybe not as widespread as today, though.
We'll hunker down then. Thank you, Tyler. Thank you, Joel. Thanks for joining us tonight. Have a good night.
Animal advocates are responding to a hog rescue owned by Monticello men that they say has gotten out of hand. At the state capitol, I'm Jake Stofan, and I'll have that story coming up.
And meanwhile, across the Panhandles, we take a look at the satellite picture, looking over across from the Panhandle down through the Gulf and into the Caribbean. Things are relatively quiet right now, all the way stretching out well into the Atlantic. You go across the North Atlantic, though, we do have Leslie, which redeveloped and is expected to meander around. Right now, no threats to the United States. We'll have the details on the rest of your forecast and whether we have a fall feel to it in just a few minutes.